The Great Arctic Adventure. You were one of my favorite Octonaut specials as a kid, but as I got older, I started to see the cracks and flaws and realized you're not as authentic and loyal as you make yourself out to be. What's going on, everybody? It's your girl Yujin. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to talk about the Octonaut special, The Great Arctic Adventure, and why it doesn't really hold up. Keep in mind, this is just my opinion, so please do not send any hate or threats. Like, we all have different opinions, and maybe there are some people who did like The Great Arctic Adventure. I'm just here to give my thoughts on why it tanked. Please don't be throwing a hissy fit in the comments. So without further ado, let's get started. The Great Arctic Adventure special is centered around barnacles. Yay! While the octopod is out of shape and is not doing well, the Octonauts decide to go on a vacation. Barnacles goes home to the Arctic to teach his niece and nephew how to be polar scouts like him. And yeah, that's basically it. There's not really much going on. As you just heard, there really isn't like a main central plot point besides the octopod breaking down for the 5 millionth time. At least we get to see the Octonauts having a break and going on vacation. Well, actually, five of the Octonauts. While Tweak, Inkling, and Tunip are staying on board the octopod, so Tweak can fix the octopod. I still don't know why she didn't go. I mean, maybe she loves her job, but she deserves a break, man.
What was the reason?
What was the reason?
I just explained the reason.
What was the reason?
So while Quasi, Shellington, and Dashi are going to these tropical islands for vacation out on the sea, Barnacles and Peso are heading to the Arctic. Barnacles is home because he's a polar bear. And then we are introduced to Barnacles' family. His twin sister, Bianca. He calls her Bianca, but I have to say Bianca. And his niece and nephew, who are also twins, Orson and Ursa. Orson is a boy and Ursa's a girl. It's not that he has a family that's the problem. It's the fact that they're just so boring. They don't have like star power or charisma that makes them stand out amongst other Octonauts relatives like Calico Jack, Ranger Marsh, Pinto, or Kashi. I was gonna say Pearl, but then I remembered her debut episode in season 3 was not that great. It didn't really feel like a debut episode. Let me know if you guys want a video on that. Another issue I have with Bianca, Orson, and Ursa is that the odd timing, extremely odd times, because this special is in season 3, right after season 2, and in season 2, Barnacles could not catch a break in season 2, especially the Manatees episode. So yeah, the timing is extremely weird. Where was she when Barnacles was going through it in season 2? Did she just not give a shit? Barnacles was really going through it in season 2, especially the Manatees episode. If you guys want me to do a video on the Manatees episode, feel free to comment below. Like, Barnacles was getting slandered from left and right, and Bianca's response was, she was just like, fuck that bitch.
I don't give a fuck. Do I look like I give a fuck? Because I don't.
You know, this has made me hate her even more. I can't use hate. Hate is an extremely strong word, but still. Another reason why The Great Arctic Adventure doesn't really stand out is because of the format of the special. I kind of started to notice that with the special episodes, they weren't really going on a mission. The specials weren't really necessarily them going on missions because they had to. See, I wouldn't mind it if The Great Arctic Adventure was treated like the Christmas specials, with The Great Christmas Rescue and The Very Vegetable Christmas, where the Octonauts weren't necessarily going on a mission. They were getting ready for Christmas and having fun, and like they only went on a mission because, well, actually in The Great Christmas Rescue they had to rescue the golden coral and everyone and all the creatures from that rocky trench gorge thing, but the Octonauts still got to have fun and celebrate Christmas. And also The Very Vegetable Christmas too. Like there wasn't a mission that they had to go on. Like sometimes it's just better to see the Octonauts just happy and relaxed and having fun and even having a day off, if that makes sense. Here though, in The Great Arctic Adventure, they tried to put it in the format where they do episodes where they have to do missions. They tried it with the special, and basically it required the Octonauts to not even 24 hours into their vacation, and everyone has to come back to the octopod. And what was the mission again? Yeah, see, even the mission is unclear. I mean, I get it, the sinking ice floe, and with not that much ice being around due to climate change and all that. Again, I wouldn't mind if the episode was treated like other specials. Like the Mariana Trench Adventure and the Over Under Adventure was just exploring and having fun. And also the Amazon Adventure. Well, it wasn't really a mission, but Quasi just wanted to like have fun, and he wanted to find this hidden city. Because we actually can get a lot out of those kinds of episodes, and you don't even know it. Like in The Very Vegetable Christmas, we get to see more of the Octonauts' relationships. It makes their universe more livable. And it makes the Octonauts feel like real people and not just characters that are there to tackle the plot that you give them. Being the leader or the captain of the Octonauts is extremely tough, and we could have learned so much about Barnacles through his family and also through when he's not doing his duties as the captain. But especially in season 2, like he could have talked with Bianca about season 2, but again, she probably doesn't even give a fuck. We know he has a family. We know that he was a polar scout, and he also loves his crew, and he wants to protect everyone, but that's it. There's nothing new that we learn about him. It's just the same brief, I don't know the word, but everything we know about Barnacles, except in repeat. It's stuff that we've already covered. If you go back to the first 3 specials, and even the next 2, you can actually you can actually learn a lot about the characters. We learned about Inkling's nephew, Squirt, and Calico Jack, and a little bit of Quasi's background and Inkling's background. And in The Very Vegetable Christmas, we learned about how the Vegemals were born and how they got their name. But in The Great Arctic Adventure, again, it's ground that we've already covered, nothing new. And Barnacles' family, they don't make it any better. They feel more like extras than characters. The only information that we get between Barnacles and Bianca is that when they were cubs, when they were kids, they used to wrestle. They used to play wrestle, and Bianca would always knock him over like a feather, and she gave him the nickname Featherpaws. So they were, so I guess you could say they were competitive, but that's about it. But they don't show that in the special. And I'm watching this as an adult. When that iceberg broke apart in the climax, I was just screaming at the TV. Bianca, use your strength, girl. Let me see your polar bear strength, girly.
No.
And she did not. So I'm not really sure about the whole feather paws thing. Maybe she's just lying about that thing to begin with, because she's weak as fuck. There's nothing in the special that is interesting for Barnacles or his character. We got to see Dashy surfing. That made me happy. Shellington got 2 lines. 2 lines. Y'all had better paid Keith Wickham a really good check for coming into the studio to say those 2 lines. Big enough to pay house rent. Big enough to pay rent. Dude, like, if you're gonna make him walk into the studio just to say those 2 lines, that check better be huge. He plays both Shellington and Professor Inkling. Before I found out, I could barely tell the difference between the two. And then after I found out, I still couldn't tell the difference. So props to Keith, talented man. You have earned my respect. The Northern Lights scene at the end, I thought that was cute. The Cubs earned their badges. I totally forgot about that subplot. Yeah, I still don't know if the Octonauts went back on vacation or if they just stayed on the Octopod. I mean, they better had went back on vacation because they didn't even get 24 hours of rest. So if I got a vacation break from work, but then not even 24 hours in, I get a call saying I have to turn something in, I'd be ticked off. I'd be ticked off. So I hope that the Octonauts got their break again. It was probably off screen. If it's off screen, then that is okay. I mean, it's better than nothing, you know what I'm saying? So to sum it all up, The Great Arctic Adventure could have been an interesting special where we could have learned about Barnacles and why he's the way that he is, why he's the captain, and why he likes his job. But instead, it was just unnecessary conflict with some boring background characters that we don't give a shit about. If you're looking for an episode to fall asleep to, that's a perfect episode. I think you'll definitely fall asleep watching The Great Arctic Adventure. It's so boring and out of context that if you remove that special from the series, nothing would really change. If you were to skip this episode, I'd say go for it. You won't regret it. And so yeah, I think that's about it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. Also, I want to thank you guys so much for 40 subscribers. Okay, thank you guys for watching my video, and I hope to see you again soon. And I promise that I will upload more frequently. Trust me on this. Okay, bye.